It comes stock with, of course, the leaf springs right here. And then next to that are the shocks. And what we've added now is the airbags right here.
All right, today we have an Airlift 7500 XL kit that we will be installing on a 2021 F-250.
And this will wind its way up and into the hood where it will tie into the truck battery. Hey everybody, welcome. I am on my way to fix something. To fix this. I love my truck, but can you see it takes the bumps a little bit rough? And while that's kind of to be expected in a truck, because they ride kind of trucky. The problem I'm having is when I'm towing our fifth wheel and these nasty roads, you really feel all the bumps. So following the advice of a number of you who have offered suggestions as I've shared this dilemma on our Ask Us Anything program and on other YouTube videos, I am on my way now to Lansing, Michigan, and the headquarters of a company. Can you see these roads? Of a company that, I can't keep the camera straight even, of a company that makes a product that is going to help a great deal, I hope, with managing these dreadful roads. So we'll bring you along with this. We'll show you what the process is like, and let's see how it works. Fingers crossed. Airlift is an all-American company, been around since 1949. They have a network of shops all across the country that do installs and sell this suspension system, but it's probably the gold standard for trucks and for those who are hauling things like RVs. Other people use them, for hauling boats and things like that. But for RVs looking to smooth out that suspension, this is the system to get. So we'll see. Let's get it installed. We'll show you that process. We'll show you what we're installing, and then when we leave here, we'll test it out.
Alright, today we have an Airlift 7500 XL kit that we will be installing on a 2021 F-250. And these springs don't replace any of the suspension components. It's an add-on system that gets installed in the rear axle that provides 7,500 pounds worth of load leveling capacity. So as trailers or other items get installed in the truck, these springs get installed between the axle and the chassis and allow you to inflate them and bring up the rear of the truck to level that load and enhance the suspension capabilities.
In simple terms, I've had a lot of bumpy rides with this thing, I noticed, particularly when I'm towing. How do these Airlift, how do these help?
So these can help in that if you're riding with a heavy load and your truck is compressed down, you don't get a proper shock travel. So your shocks kind of ride compressed and they're not really working at their optimum capacity. So these help they level the load, and that they let your suspension work the way that it was supposed to work. So you get a smoother ride and proper shock travel.
Put it in here first.
Okay, just a little background on what we have for suspension on this F250. Now, we haven't taken anything off, we've just added to it, but it comes stock with, of course, the leaf springs right here, and then next to that are the shocks, and what we've added now is the airbags right here. And what these are going to do is smooth out the ride. It's gonna make it much smoother when you hit bumps instead of the sharp things that you feel when you're juggling all over the road. This will smooth it out, and it's adjustable. We can control how much air we're going to put in there. Okay, Matt, let's do an unboxing here.
All right. It's for our Wireless One system.
Wireless One.
Some airline, and then the unit comes pre-assembled here. So this has the air manifold, which is the electronic components, and then the compressor pre-installed on this heavy-duty bracket, and then this bracket just goes up and gets bolted right on. This system comes with our wireless controller with a clip a lot of people use on their visor, and then this is what you would use to adjust the air pressure wirelessly.
Now the power of the compressor is this harness, and this will wind its way up and into the hood where it will tie into the truck battery. Alright, we're about ready to take off now. The control is pretty simple. They give you a remote control device. There's also an app that will work on the smartphone. And there's a couple of presets that you can adjust. One for when you are not towing anything, and one when you're underweight, under the weight of a trailer or a fifth wheel in our case. So they told me to kind of experiment around with the different settings, how many pounds of pressure. They normally range from 5 to, you can go up to 100, but that's way too many. So I'm going to start pretty low. They suggest a minimum always keep at least 5 pounds in there, so we'll try that, and I'll adjust them. And we'll take off, we'll do a little driving, and I'll show you what it's like. Okay, here's the proof. I'm now riding, and I'm not bumping every 2 seconds. There's not this constant bumping. Camera is not moving. You saw it at the beginning, and now you can see it here. I have it set, I think, at 7 pounds. They say 5 to 7 when you're not hauling any load. And I will experiment more with that under different conditions. But just putting those airlifts on, and just before and after, to me, is pretty remarkable. So I'm going to be really anxious when we hook up the fifth wheel and we take off with that. That's where we really notice the bumpiness. So far, you can see, I think there's a noticeable difference. I don't know if the video will pick it up, but it's much more comfortable. I'm going 72 miles an hour right now. The speed limit's 75 where I'm at, so don't worry about it. But that's pretty quiet, pretty pretty stable. So I'm pretty excited. Now we're going to hook up the fifth wheel. We'll see how that does.
Bo wants to know if we're there yet, Dad.
We're working on it. Well,
We're working on it, Bo. We're working on it.
Okay, I have been traveling with this 5 to 8 pounds without the fifth wheel attached. Now that it's attached, they tell me to start it by going to 20 pounds. So here we go. We're adding it. You'll hear the compressor kick on if you were over that way. And you'll see this thing eventually start to rise. All right, so there it is. And you can see it's towing pretty good. Onward and upward.
Well, I'm glad you have those airbags. And do you keep it at 20, the pressure?
Well, since it's the first time towing, they said start at that and just see how that goes and to play with it. So this will be our big test to see if it really works right. All right, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready. Well, I think this is a much smoother ride.
I do too, and look at Bo back there. He's enjoying it.
He's not bouncing around.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell sometimes in Michigan because the roads are just honest. There's a few states, if any, that have any worse roads than Michigan, I think. But you know, it seems to be. It's hard. You hardly know what's back there right now. So I have it set at 20 pounds, and I think that's pretty good, don't you?
This is a nice ride.
Smoothly rolling down the road. We're Mike and Jen. Don't forget to subscribe.
Happy and smooth trails.